avoid getting struck by lightning while you're at the beach? Where do you seek cover, especially when you're out there and you don't really know where the best cover is? And how do lifeguards get people to safety? All of these questions going to be answered, right? Wyatt Warren is with the American Lifeguard Association joining us again. Wyatt, thanks so much for joining us. Let's talk a little bit about your instructions to the other lifeguards when thunderstorms are approaching. Do you try to clear out a beach, or is that on each individual family's decision?
No, absolutely. Again, swim near a lifeguard because we are trained to detect the current situation and what might be dangerous. Yes, when we do get what we consider a particular counting system, we alarm all the other lifeguard stations that we're going red flag, and we clear the beach.
Now, are there systems nationwide, or has it been discussed, to maybe sound a particular kind of siren like you would at ball fields around the country?
You know, every city, county, state kind of has something a little bit different, but here in Florida, it's kind of common that we use the flag system. We use a system for counting that goes back ages, and if we see the lightning, we start counting. And we count 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Every 5 seconds means that lightning is a mile from us when we hear the thunder. And when we get to about 15 seconds, that's 3 miles too close, and we close the beach and clear everyone off.
And Wyatt, now that we've got some of that active weather potentially headed directly towards you, we have a new tropical depression just off the coast, a combination of extra lightning strikes with some thunderstorms and enhanced rip currents. What's the messaging like around you tonight?
Well, we have some onshore winds. It could potentially make some rip currents, as you know, which we have some long lateral currents right now, which push people out of the rip currents, thank goodness. But we do have some thunder clouds in the area, and we just keep alert. And we also have another thing I should have mentioned earlier is we have a lightning detector. We have those at all the stations. They measure the electromagnesium, EMP, whatever, and that is a measure that comes through a device and lets us know that the lightning could be danger close.
And Wyatt, in your experience, how fast can the conditions leading to rip currents change? Like, for example, what if this depression were to spin up quickly, a small tropical storm right offshore, and your onshore flow in a short amount of time starts to get stronger than you might have thought?
Oh, that's a good point. It changes hourly or daily, and specifically in between the tides. When the tide's outgoing and we have an onshore wind like we have right now, that's the most critical time. And we keep our eye on that. When we get to the beach in the morning, we check the waters, and like you said, it does change all the time. That's why it's critical to swim in front of a lifeguard and watch your weather channel.
And we've been watching some just amazing video of lightning striking either on the beach or just off the coast in the water. We've seen it time and time again where people are just kind of out on the beach looking at the storms. Is there any sort of advice other than just be near a lifeguard that you want to tell people about what to do when these thunderstorms are seemingly very far away, but maybe closer than people think they are?
Well, again, use our system. Like I said, it's proven itself. If you see a lightning strike, start counting. If you can count to 15 seconds, you need to get off the beach. You need to go to your vehicle. Do not go under a pavilion because they're just as dangerous. And don't even worry about your belongings. Get off as soon as possible. Another thing that we detect is if you start feeling the ground, your hair kind of stands up and gets static electricity, like messing with a balloon or something, that's danger close. You get off the beach, get in your vehicle, and get away from it. That's the best advice that we can have for you, is try to learn to observe your environment and watch what other people are doing. If you come to a beach and you see some local people and they know this area, if they're leaving the beach, it's best advised that you leave the beach with them.
Absolutely. Great advice there. That is Wyatt Warneth with the American Lifeguard Association. Thanks so much for joining us. As always, some great information there, Dr. Knapp.
Yeah, and I've personally experienced many times spending a lot of time at the beach, having thunderstorms move in a little more quickly than I'd thought, and the only reason I was able to stay safe is that I started to get off the beach sooner than maybe I thought I had to, just out of an abundance of caution, because you have longer to walk a lot of times to get to shelter when there's thunderstorms coming. They can move in fast.
And if you're carrying that tent and all the towels and you're tugging something along with you, the cooler, it takes that much longer. So use common sense if you're still at the beaches this summer. We'll be right back.